What's happening, YouTube? Anthony on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film with a brand new PRLostGalaxy 2014 review. And today we are taking a look at McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Harley Quinn from James Gunn's 2021 Suicide Squad reboot, aka The Suicide Squad. I got this at that hobby store down in Gaithersburg for about $40 because look at the price, $39.99. Closest roundest number dollar is $40. You know, again, I didn't collect DC Multiverse McFarlane back in 2021 at the time of the new Suicide Squad movie, but I have a figure inspired by that Suicide Squad movie to build King Shark. So when you get Harley Quinn, you get the lower part of King Shark with his waistline, legs, and feet. And when you get the other characters, such as, I'm trying to see because the names, yeah, but when you get these other two characters, especially Idris Elba's character, you get like, well, and then there was like, I think 2 other characters, because I don't know what number 1 is supposed to be, but or number 4, oh yeah, Peacemaker. So Peacemaker, when you get Peacemaker, he gets the arms. You get this character. You get Idris Elba's character. You get like the yeah, when it comes to me, and then this guy with the head and some other part. When you get Harley Quinn came with the feet and legs, so therefore you had to well, in order for you to get, you have to, you know, the other pieces, you got to get those other characters. Now, to be precise, knowing that I've never been a fan of the DC Extended Universe besides a few films, The Suicide Squad 2021 being one of the fairly good movies of the DCEU, and knowing I've always liked Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn for the last 10 years almost, knowing that Suicide Squad 2016 is almost going on at the time of this recording 10 years. James Gunn's Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad 2021 is now 4 years old, going on next year 5. So I'm like, man, time is flying. I really enjoyed Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, you know, fair enough, in the DCU. She was basically one of the best things and one of the best castings from that universe, alongside Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman. Everybody else from the DCEU, I just felt was terribly miscast. I hate to say that. Of course, Jared Leto is the Joker, and that very crappy, god-awful 2016 Suicide Squad, the worst. And then you also had Ben Affleck's Batman. Now, Henry Cavill was promising a Superman, but it's just the material he was given, just, well, you know what it was. I know for a fact that McFarlane did do another Margot Robbie Harley Quinn in the Multiverse line, and that would be the Harley Quinn she did in the Birds of Prey movie, which came out a year before James Gunn's Suicide Squad reboot, sequel, requel, whatever you like to call it. Whenever I get my hands on that Harley Quinn, this is going to be my second Margot Robbie-centric Harley Quinn figure I got in my DC collection and Harley Quinn collection in general. Mattel did their original line of DC Multiverse figures a decade ago in, you know, the mid to late 2010s. I missed out on getting any of the DC Multiverse figures related to that last Suicide Squad movie before this, and let alone Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn from that line of DC Multiverse figures, because at that time I wasn't collecting DC Multiverse and I just didn't have the money to afford Mattel's DC figures. That's similar before McFarlane did his take on this line, but it's just, again, I just really missed out on that line. And so let's see if this is fairly a decent enough Harley Quinn, because, you know, I really liked, you know, once again, Margot Robbie hit, you know, knocked the nail in the ballpark, hit it right in the ballpark, literally, with a baseball bat, with her performance as Harley Quinn in the DCU. Then again, saying I never owned an action figure of her Harley Quinn prior to this review, but this is one of my first few of those figures. So with that being said, let's take a look at Harley Quinn and what all she got in this line, and let's break some eggs pudding. Okay, now that we got Harley Quinn out of the package, let's take a look at her accessories before we go over the figure. First, we take a look at a usual DC Multiverse base stand with the DC 2016 logo. Okay, so, you know, as usual with all the other DC Multiverse figures, let's put the figure on the peg. Let's see how she looks before I go over any other points for her. Okay, yeah, I know, it's just, you know, that plastic was hard to rip her out of, but, you know, I managed. Trading card featuring film, you know, the production still of her for the movie with that, I don't know what that stick is, but I thought it was a baseball bat when I looked at it, but no, it's that one wood stick that she used, or I don't know what that's supposed to be, but even though from the look of it, it looks like, well, it has some paint, you know, it had some paint detail on it, on, you know, for like the movie, but for the accessory, it's just all like goldish brown, and they didn't even want to bother add more additional color to that stick thing that she got at, like, at the movie. And then here's the file card if you want to read what this Harley Quinn was about. If you've seen the Suicide Squad, you know about her ordeal and storyline from that movie, and not the 2016 one. Then you got the accessory for the Build-A-Figure, the King Shark figure. So here's the peg of when I get the upper part of him, like the abdomen and torso. Plug it right there, and then now you can get some articulation on those legs for King Shark when you build them and put them together, but unfortunately, not much movement due to the fact that his pants is made of rubber plastic, you know, hard rubber plastic, so you won't be able to move his legs around as much. So that's something you need to look out for if you're going to buy this figure. And yeah, I think that's about it, and some articulation done on his feet, because he's going to be a really big dude when I get him and put him together when I get Peacemaker and the other two characters. I keep forgetting their names. I mean, I've seen the movie, but I just forgot their names already because I hadn't watched the movie in a while. And again, this little stick rod thing that she had in the movie, it looks very like she picked this out of the jungle somewhere and just want to whack somebody with it. But again, this could work as, you know, one of those accessories she had in the movie, but you know what I mean. As opposed to in the movie, you had like something brown. I mean, that end of this was brown, and this was like silver. But they didn't want to bother do that type of paint detail on the thing, so they just said leave it as a basic color painted accessory for this Harley Quinn and just leave it at that, I guess. I don't know why. It's just for some reason they just didn't want to add that paint. As for Harley Quinn, the figure itself, I like the figure. It's decent. It's fine. I like that the skin tone stayed true to the actress when she played it. Although, again, another comparison to the movie, to the figure, Harley Quinn's skin tone was actually rather pale, more pale than the figure. The figure decided to stay straight close to Margot Robbie's skin tone complexion instead. And I don't know why, because like you could have just made the skin a way more paler than that. I mean, if this is supposed to be more movie accurate, it should have been more accurate. But I do like the detail done on the skirt on the dress. I do like the shade of red implied for it, just like the red on the dress that she had in the movie. And the boots is on point, you know, the black color on that, and then the tattoos, and even that back tattoo on the back, on her back and stuff, and then a tattoo close to her cleavage, and yeah, just all on around. But then also I got to point out about the colors staying true to her more recent comic book appearance, you know, like New 52 or whatever. But Harley Quinn has always been red and black. But if only if the skin tone was like more accurate to how Harley was, especially in her very first appearance in like Batman the Animated Series, and throughout that, and you know, the skin, you know, Harley Quinn's skin should have been while you still retain her classic red and black color scheme, because she's supposed to be a Harlequin with that kind of gesture. But at least James Gunn's movie got her color scheme right, because when we had Margot's Harley in Suicide Squad 2K16 and Birds of Prey 2020, they had Harley Quinn actually be more like her New 52 counterpart, where one part of her hair is red and then the other part is being blue. But at least they decided to keep it black, just like in, like, of course, in the movie. And then also don't forget that face tattoo on her eye, so we can get some detail on that too. Now, her facial features, well, I do have to admit, while I hate to compare her with another actress, but it just looks kind of like, you know, if it does look like Margot Robbie, I mean, as Harley Quinn, but in some places, especially her little smirky mouth, smile, it gives me, also looks like the actress who played Enchantress in that last Suicide Squad movie, Cara Delevingne or whatever her fucking name is. But I just sometimes it can look, well, they was close with the likeness, because like it's not like you didn't. It's like McFarlane didn't have the rights to the royalty of the actor likenesses or anything, and keep them stay intact. Because can you imagine if I had a Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, and that Gal Gadot Wonder Woman McFarlane DC figure made her look like Gina Carano or something? I mean, imagine that. But yeah, but as long as, I mean, again, this is still Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey, her last DCEU appearance, by the way. But yeah, but it still looks like Margot Robbie, but it can also look like other actresses in some angles, especially from what the camera's picking up. But anyway, let's go over the articulation points and then we're done with the review. So her head can go all the way around, up and down, tilt her head up and down. So you got that feature, and also the ball joint on that head is a little loose. No, okay, the butterfly joints you can kinda, but you know, knowing McFarlane's butterfly joints are not all that great. You can raise her arms up, then you can, okay, elbow crunch. Elbow crunch is pretty darn good on this figure. So yeah, she's very, very, very styling right there. So style her up in ways, and then elbow crunch on this arm too. No abdomen crunch because due to the amount of plastic done on the dress. You can lift her leg up, this leg up a little bit because again due to the dress, and then this leg too due to the dress. Then you got the knee crunch on this, and then this. And then ankle pivot is, well, okay, ankle pivot is a little squeaky on this one, but let's see on this leg. Yeah, both legs too, because again, they're boots. So what do you expect? Toe articulation. Okay, toe articulation you got on this figure too. So other than that, this is an alright Harley Quinn figure. It's not one of the best, but hey, I mean, I have a Harley Quinn in my McFarlane DC collection now since again, McFarlane should have did more female characters. I mean, from all across the DC universe and all the different versions of in the multiverse. Again, I mind this figure, and definitely worth having in the collection if you're in the mood for it. But I say give it a buy and purchase if you're looking forward to this figure to complete your Harley Quinn collection or whatever. So I think, all right, let's do that. And let's take a look at Harley Quinn with that stick in hand, just like she had in the movie. So how you going to do that? Well, it's not going to be my best effort in recreating how she looked with the stick in her hand, like on that trading card render. But all right, but let's see about, and then put her back on the base, and there you have it. So that's the figure. And this is how she looks, and just have her displayed just like that. So that's it for my review on Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad 2021 by McFarlane Toys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends if you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new review. With that being said, thanks for watching.